Uganda says it's being blackmailed by the international community. That's after the postponement of a multi-million-dollar loan from the World Bank. The bank's decision comes just days after Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni signed new laws which toughen the penalties against homosexuality. The bank says it needs to consider whether the health projects it finances could be harmed by a clause which criminalises the promotion of homosexuality. Well, I'm joined now by BBC African Regional Editor Mary Harper. Mary, do you think President Museveni expected this kind of thing to happen when he signed that law?
I think he did expect it. The West in particular has always reacted aggressively when African countries sign into legislation tough laws on homosexuality.
Do you think he almost wanted this kind of tough reaction?
I think he's quite enjoying the tussle, as are his various ministers and spokespeople. Every time the United States, for example, or now the World Bank come out with aggressive comments towards Uganda and decisions such as the World Bank's to postpone a $90 million aid package, the Ugandan officials basically become more resolute in their defiance. They describe it as blackmail. They say they're being treated as slaves by the West, and actually they're going to get on with their lives and their economy without these funds.
When you say they'll get on without these funds, what would be the impact, though, of withdrawing of a $90 million? It is a loan, they have to pay it back eventually, but the impact of that in terms of the liquidity of the country?
Well, it would create problems, but it is important that a lot of the decisions that have been made, for example, by Denmark and by Norway, it's not to stop the aid going into Uganda, it's more to redirect it away from the government towards aid organisations. They're obviously concerned that the vast majority of Ugandans need that kind of money. But also the current situation in a lot of African countries, for example Uganda, is that places like China are funding them as well. They're not so bothered about internal politics or internal legislation. And also Uganda has got oil reserves now, so it's going to have its own source of wealth.
All right, Mary Harper, thank you very much indeed for underscoring the developing situation.